Hey guys and gals, Never here from Drake Queen Game, and it's something me on Twitter, the Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you to the Let's Play episode of Tennis Ace, June's Path. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump right back into it, shall we? Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go. Alrighty. I suppose when I give him the choice, I'd rather go for the less rowdy ones. Although dealing with... Oh, wait 1 second. Let me see. I think... Yeah, wrong one. Sorry, y'all. Let me rectify that. Alright. There we go. He's super vague about anything related to his past. It can't be just that It can't be just me that thinks that's weird, right? But he's also super prickly over being asked about it. It's such a headache. You there? I feel like I've been talking for the past couple of minutes and you haven't listened at all. Oh, sorry. What were you saying? I said that I just remembered it and asked if you'd seen the J Gamescon last week. There was this new announcement there. Sometime later. The bell rings in the middle of Shima-sensei's lecture on the 5 greatest generals in feudal Japan. The buck sighs, quickly writing an assignment on the board. For our next class, I want you all to write a paper on the most influential figures in the Sengoku period. Make sure not to stray from the pre-established guidelines on academic research you were given last month. I will see you all then. He quickly grabs his belongings and walks out of the classroom. Students quickly turn around on their seats, taking the opportunity to chat while waiting for the next teacher to arrive. We're supposed to be having modern literature class now, which isn't exactly the most exciting. It's actually a little odd that the teacher isn't here already. She tends to always be really punctual. After a couple of minutes, the sound of the door being slid open causes all the students to straighten their backs and turn around to look forward. But instead of the door at the front of the classroom being opened, it's instead the back door that the sound originates from. June walks into the classroom, freezing for a second once he notices all the eyes on him. He quickly mouths off an apology to any who still have their eyes on him, fidgeting a little from all the attention suddenly gathered on him before walking to his seat. As soon as he comes closer, I begin to notice how his eyes look a little unfocused. His fur is slightly matted and there are bags under his eyes, which are really hard to notice due to him having stripes so close to them. Is everything okay? You don't look so good. Huh? Oh, right, yeah. It's fine. I just woke up feeling a little weak this morning. His voice is weak, almost like he's laboring to even speak in the first place, coming out much softer than usual. A little weak? That's the opposite of being okay. What happened? And the fatigue just started catching up to me a little bit. Just fatigue? You look like you're about to drop. It's not that bad. I just look a little worse for wear since I didn't spend as much time getting ready in the morning. Getting ready? You're not a girl. I still need to take good care of myself. Brushing my fur takes a lot of energy and I just didn't feel like it. So that's all it is? You just didn't put much effort into getting ready in the morning? Yeah. Then how come you were so late you missed the first period? His words are cut off by the sound of the door being opened once again, this time coming from the front of the class. Katsuragi-sensei walks in, quickly excusing herself before stepping toward the teacher's desk. Good morning. I'm sorry for the short notice, but Hokuma-san had to step out due to an emergency, so I'll be teaching this class today in her stead. I have here a list with her class plan for today. Please open your textbooks on page 241. June mouths off a quick "we'll talk later" before quickly digging in his bag for his textbook. Sometime later. The bell finally rings for the end of the 4th period, announcing the start of lunch break. Students break into cheerful and bubbly conversation as the initial commotion of people either leaving for the cafeteria or reorganizing their desks to eat together resolves itself. I look at you and seeing the tiger pulling a disposable plastic box with a convenience store lunch still wrapped in the plastic inside. That's what you're having for lunch? What about the food you usually bring? Well, I'm the one who usually makes my own lunches. Since I went to bed early last night, I didn't make any for today. His brow keeps twitching all the time, and every now and again he just freezes with all the muscles in his face contracting as if he just felt something out of nowhere. You look awful. That's kind of a mean thing to say. You know that's not what I mean. You look like you're really not doing well. He straightens himself up on his chair, although even the way he moves is a little weird. It's like he can barely put his strength in his limbs. His legs shake a little under his own weight when he attempts to quickly get up and readjust himself on his chair. You're being dramatic. I'm just a little tired. Come on, don't just give me that crappy excuse. You don't look so good. I just need to eat a little bit and I'll feel better. Maybe you should go to the doctor's office instead. You worry too much, Yuichi-san. I appreciate the sentiment, but seriously, I'm fine. Even if he says so, the corners of his mouth twitch while he attempts to keep the smile on his face. Really? You're not gonna faint on me or anything, are you? No, I'm not gonna faint. Morning. Whoa, that's a very unenthusiastic greeting for you. Well, I don't always feel full of energy. Jude's the same way. I wonder if it's something in the water. Oh, wow, he's right. You look like hell. Thanks? Wait, I didn't mean it like that. Saya grabs a chair and spins it around, taking a seat next to the tiger and pressing her hand against his forehead. You don't seem to have a fever. Why is everyone fussing over me today? Sorry, I didn't mean to. Just wanted to make sure you're okay. Did something happen? I could ask the same thing. You really don't have your usual energy today. Yeah, this has been a stressful week. It's hard to be cheerful at times like these. Same here. God, this is painful to watch. The two sound like they've done 30 bouts against a pro wrestler and are trying to pretend like they're fine. Don't ask me how I came up with that metaphor. It just popped into my mind. Did something happen to you, Saya? Midterm week is always stressful. And then a friend of mine was kind of down, so I spent a lot of time worrying about him and kind of trying to cheer him up a bit. Is that why you couldn't join us on Friday? Yeah. Wait, you told me in a message that you couldn't join because you had a shift. Well, I did have a shift, but I know that friend from work, so I was able to keep an eye on him anyway. Sounds like a really packed schedule. It was. Saya makes a sharp noise, her eyes immediately locking on something that I can't see. She leans forward a bit, her face hanging just a few inches from June's. Well, what's going on? She reaches forward with her hand, touching a spot on June's forehead, and... Ow! He nearly falls back, jumping away from her hand and yelping in pain. What the... Hey, what happened to your forehead? You've got a big bruise on it. He rubs the spot she had just touched, his eyes twitching from the pain. With him now rubbing it, I catch a quick glimpse under the fur and notice that, truly enough, there was a small bump on his forehead that has tinted the skin underneath a deep purplish color. It's not a big deal, I just hit my head. Hit your head? How did you even manage that? I kind of wasn't really paying attention to where I was going for a couple reasons. I ended up walking face first into a lamppost when I was going back home from the grocery store yesterday. What? Saya's eyes go wide, staring at the tiger in stunned silence. I'm just gonna steal Saya's line and ask it again. How the hell did you manage to do that? I had other things going on at the time, and I just wanted to get home as quickly as possible. Come on, let's not make a big deal out of nothing. It was just a silly accident. No, that's a little bit... This is the second time in a short time where he somehow manages to injure his head. I'm starting to wonder if this is a common occurrence. Maybe that's why he seems to have a screw loose all the time. Just be careful you don't walk into traffic one of these days. Of course not, don't be ridiculous. Just then the last member of our senior group walks into the room. Hey, there you are. You haven't said a word all weekend. Good morning to you, too. Right, good morning. Good morning, Shuichi-san. Morning. This is the most depressing greetings I've ever heard. What's happened to you guys? You all look and sound like you're dead inside. What do you want us to say? The past week or so has been really exhausting for a lot of reasons. At least the two of us just look like we're tired. Junkan really looks like he's sick. I'm not sick. She's right, though. I think the kindest thing that I could say is that you look out of it. Even that would be putting it mildly. You look really out of it, too, and I'm not saying anything about it. Shuichi might look tired, but you look downright... What is this, Misery Olympics? Oh, why the fuck did you have... Oh, okay, so... Okay. Okay, not the actual name of the thing, but very, very close. Don't look up anything relating to that. Do not. This is a command from the dragon. Do not. You will regret everything, and you will have trauma. And more trauma. What is this, Misery Olympics? Are you guys seriously competing to see who's doing worse? What does it matter? You all look terrible. I cut them off, not wanting their discussion to go on any longer. If I let them, I'm sure they're going to continue arguing for 5 minutes over this, and I really don't have the patience for that. Well, that was uncalled for. Hey, Junkan, are you alright? You're barely even picking at your food, let alone eating. Out of nowhere, June smashes his fist on the table, making the three of us jump a little with shock. I wish everyone to stop asking me that. Has it crossed your mind that I might not just be hungry? Sorry, I didn't mean to upset you. Oh. Like he just realized what he did, June immediately lowers his gaze, looking down at his food. He takes a deep breath, placing the lid back on the top of his lunchbox and meekly pushing it away. Maybe you're right. Maybe I'm a little out of it. I think you should go to the doctor's office if you're feeling sick. I already told him that. He ignored me. It's fine. I just need to rest a little once the day is over. It's not like the doctor would be able to do anything about it anyway. How can you know that? How can you know that? Have you been like this before? Well, I guess you could say my body's a little frailer than most. I just have a hard time dealing with constant fatigue. Just fatigue, but aren't you? As soon as he sees the change in June's expression, the husky trails off, not finishing a sentence. Yeah, you're probably right. Just make sure you get some rest after you're done for the day, okay? Whoa, you changed your mind really quickly. What else can you do? He's the only one who can know how he's feeling. If he says he's fine, you can't really disagree with him, can you? But, besides, if anything happens, Yuichi's right here to take care of him, right? What? Why me? You two already spent a lot of time together anyway. You probably know June better than any of us here. I'm sure you'll drag him away by force if you feel he's not doing so well. Isn't that a lot of responsibility to put on me? Also, that's a really grim scenario. Man, the mood's gotten really down here all of a sudden, hasn't it? Do you think you could still sit through class, June? I already told you I'm fine, Yuichi-san. Please stop pushing. Despite the smile on his face, I noticed the fur on the back of his neck prickling up dangerously. His tail lashes erratically behind him in a very obvious manner. Despite his attempt to act like nothing is bothering him, his deteriorating mood is clear to see. Yeah, you're right. Hey, by the way, how did you guys spend your weekends? Anything interesting? I decided that a tactical retreat is the best option right now. At least of all because I don't want an angry tiger breathing down my neck for the rest of the day. There's still a lot of time before class ends. Huh? Where did that come from? I mean, I spent most of it organizing my schedule at work for the rest of the month. Also checked in on our friend a few times. I just stayed home. Really? You need better ways to spend your time, man. I didn't really feel like going out. Oh, did something happen? No, I'm fine. I swear to God, all of you keep repeating about just how fine you are, but this feels more like a funeral procession instead of a laid-back lunch. Right, of course you're fine. Everyone's always fine. Well, what about you, June? Do you do anything fun this weekend? June? Is he ignoring me right now? Hey, I just remembered Keikan saying something about how his band wanted to sign up for some kind of competition that was going to happen in town in a while. That's interesting, right? Oh, yeah, totally. What else did he say? Maybe we should call him up to ask. Alright, y'all, I'm actually going to pause it right there. It's late. Alright, thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Alrighty, y'all. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next video. Y'all have a wonderful night. Bye-bye.